Howdy, y'all. Brett and Cindy.
Being living.
Whoo, it's been a great day if you like the heat.
It's been good and hot here in Tennessee.
It is so hot, my sweat got sweat. I tell you, whoo.
My skin went to licking force from 6 o'clock this morning.
Oh, man. And you could have washed my clothes.
No, I went out a little before 6 this morning by the time I got outside. And the time I was ready to go to work, which should have been on the road about 7, I was already wringing wet. I dried out going to work.
I was going to say, you could wash clothes in that sweat.
Let my clothes dry on the way up, my hair. I'm sure I looked kind of funny. I was wind blowing pretty bad by the time I got there.
I imagine so. Yeah, they keep saying it's going to rain. I keep waiting for it. I hadn't seen it yet.
The problem is we're not in that holy spot, you know.
Oh, yeah, they're just down the road.
There's a community 4 or 5 miles south of us. The rain will come here. It will circle around our little town. It'll go 4 or 5 miles up the road, scoot back over, and rain there. It's rained there every time they call for rain. But it misses here 90% of the time. Our
garden sure could use a little bit of raindrop. Especially those tomatoes you put out last night.
Yeah, we got 24 new tomatoes out. Makes 109, I think.
Somewhere in there.
We was going to wait till the end of the month, but we went to buy dirt because they need to be up potted. They was get root bound. And, well, around here they ain't much choices to begin with, and people had bought out most of the good dirt. We wound up with a bag of potting soil and that we don't normally use. And it didn't do very good for the tomatoes. They started yellowing in it. Yeah. Apparently it didn't have no nutrition for them, no kind of nutrients in the soil.
They were starving.
Yep. I tried the liquid fertilizer for a day or two and got some green back in them. But I decided to just go ahead and put them in the garden because I know the garden dirt's rich and loaded with things.
Yes, you laid them to rest in the garden so they can rise again.
Yeah.
If you don't know what we're talking about, we have a video on how he plants tomatoes. And they basically are laying down until it's time to come up.
I do it a little different, a lot of people do. But we've got good sized tomatoes for the proof of it. It does work. We've got big tomatoes.
You'll have to see one of our videos. You'll see what I'm talking about. Oh man, but I mean...
We've got a how we plant our tomatoes video though, if you want to see. We'll just leave it at that.
But we, you know, of course we're having to water because can't get the sky don't cry too much right now. And we did finally get our experiments really going good. Our Buell corn.
Buell corn.
I didn't call it Beulah this time.
It's growing. It looks good.
It's hard for me not to call it Beulah corn.
It's dark green, but we're not used apparently to open pollinated corn or heirloom corn because
it looks different.
Our hybrid corn we've always planted makes a simple stalk, goes straight up. It usually makes a good stalk, good thick one, but this one seems to be splitting off at the ground in 3 or 4 different ways, and it looks like we planted 3 or 4 seeds in every hole. But we know we didn't because we actually planted this corn in propagation trays and actually started them in the house.
That's why I said
another
it's
experiment for Tea and Living.
We've
done lots of experimenting this year.
We had never grown corn. Oh, boy, ain't that in good English there. We have not had corn grown in propagation trays that we transplanted.
That's first.
But we decided to give it a try, and it seems to be thriving really good. But it does sure look different. I'm excited to see what happens.
I wouldn't want to plant a whole lot of corn that way.
No.
This is a trial. We've got, I think I said about 100 stalks.
Well, it was for us to get it going.
It's an experiment to see if we like it. Plus it's enough we can eat and we can still have seed. Because we can save the seed of this Buell corn. And
it was also the propagation trays to get it going while we was waiting for the others to come out.
We got a start on it. We got a head start.
Because if you saw the video, we put the corn where potatoes was and potatoes where the corn was. And I think they're liking the other ground when we switched them around.
You're supposed to rotate them. That's part of it. You're supposed to rotate your crops.
Well, the corn sure is doing good where potatoes were, and potatoes seems to be doing real good where the corn was.
Yeah, our fall potatoes, which you don't see much around here. I ain't never seen them in any other garden. anybody grow potatoes this time of year here.
No.
They're actually up and pretty and green, which I'm gonna put a video at the end of this if you'll make it to the end of the corn and potatoes and the tomato roll, and which brings us to the other item that's gonna be on that video too, our other little experiment.
Our cukes.
Our cukes in the shade out here. We done a video about it, we've talked about it, but
They're growing up with
they're really doing good.
They're
Kind
climbing
of
on
proud
over.
how they're going. I run strings and stuff and trying to separate them, get them to grow up individual parts of the fence, but they all don't grow in the same spot. But I'm still trying to basically train them to climb the trellis or the fence bar.
We'll be able to sit on the porch and pick us some cucumbers for long.
But we've got fence bar going up the edge of the porch like a trellis. They're going to grow. If they grow right, they'll grow to the top of that porch.
Well, you know, our other ones look like the plants were dying. They put out some really big cucumbers
They're
this
still
morning.
putting out enough to eat.
Oh, yeah. Did you say train it to go up the fence?
Yeah, I said train.
That ain't
I
the
like
only
that-
thing you
I
like
like
to
that word.
train. You had been training your okra too.
That's a whole nother video. We'll have to put a link to that video.
Yeah, I think you did that video last year.
I done the training the okra video last year. It's the way we get more okra off plants. I think it works.
Oh, it does real good. We're actually looking at doing something different this year, where we can it in preparation to fry
Yep.
instead of pickling it.
Several people's got YouTube videos about it, but we're going to try it too. We always canned it for we pickle the okra, can it pickled, and I froze it. But we're trying to get away from the putting everything in the freezer. We're trying to get more into the canning, even though it's hard to get all done when you're working. But we're going to try to muscle through this. Just like our buell corn, I hope to can it this fall.
Whew.
It's going to be a lot of work, but I think it'll be really good. And we
It'll
don't
be-
have to worry about electricity keeping it safe.
It'll be different, that's for sure.
Your
Lot of stuff to do.
your green beans are still kicking.
Yeah,
They're not fully up to what they should be, but they're getting there.
yeah. I was out there picking green beans this morning, and I got to thinking. I asked the Lord why He had to create mosquitoes and hard shell bugs, because I know they got a purpose,
Stink
but
bugs.
chewing on me was rough.
The stink
And that
bugs,
hard shell
love-
bug,
They love the beans.
that sucker, I put him on the ground, and I squished him with the heel of my boot, kind of ground him into the dirt. He looks up at me like, was that supposed to hurt? And flies off.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
They tough.
I couldn't kill it. I didn't kill it. I don't know how I didn't kill it. I guess the ground got a little soft there where I was grinding. He flew off. I'm sure he was laughing the whole time he was flying away.
But it's been a busy week.
It's been a hot one.
We're a little late on our video, but we're getting it out here. But I'm going to attach the video on of the things we talked about, and where you can actually see them, and not just take our word for it. Well, here's our new row of tomatoes we was talking about. I've got 24 down through there. They buried my own special little way. Just have to see the video. They're all Jet Star and Jet Setters. They're mixed together. I don't know which one's which. There ain't much difference. That's our buell corn. There's 6 rolls, 15 or 16 to a roll, 17. It's just a trial to see how this corn does here. It's an open pollinated heirloom corn. We're hoping it'll be real good corn and we can keep the seed from. The row next to the fence here is our fall potatoes. You can see they've really growed up tall. I don't have a full roll yet, but we're working on it. Our potato slips slowed down when it got really hot. We're having to work a little harder to get them. But all of it's doing really good. A roll of okra. It starts out with jambalaya up here at the top. Somewhere in the middle we got several limbs and spineless. And down there, a little past half, the last part of it is the red burgundy okra. It's actually got about waist high on the tall ones. Starting to get several pieces of okra a day, but it ain't really put out what it needs to yet. We're still working on that. We're still training the okra. And here's our cucumbers that grows in the shade. They've all taken off. They're starting to climb. I'm trying to keep each one on an individual area of the wire. That way I can keep up with them. They won't get twisted around each other. They're all getting long enough to grab the wire and go. One of them's done one up a couple feet there. All this stuff's doing good. I believe this is the goal on this experiment.
Thank y'all for watching. Have a great evening. May God bless you.